You might be making $80,000, $100,000, or even more, but these 7 money lies are quietly keeping you broke. It is a frustrating cycle where you work harder, earn more, but your bank account stays the same. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what is holding you back and how to fix it fast. We are going to expose the myths that even the smartest people fall for, including some insights that might completely change how you view your paycheck. Even people with high salaries or successful side hustles are falling for these traps every single day. I have seen it happen to professionals earning 6 figures who are still living paycheck to paycheck, terrified of an unexpected car repair or a medical bill. It does not matter how much you make if you do not understand the hidden mechanics of money management. I have spent years studying the habits of self-made millionaires and comparing them to those stuck in a perpetual financial struggle. For instance, did you know that nearly 40% of high earners struggle to cover a basic emergency expense? That is a shocking statistic that proves income alone is not the answer. Today, we are tearing down the wall of misinformation so you can finally start building wealth that actually lasts. Lie number 1 is the classic belief that if I make more, I will be rich. This is perhaps the most dangerous lie because it creates a false sense of security. Most people assume that a larger paycheck automatically solves debt and increases savings. However, without a strategy, a higher income often leads to lifestyle creep. This is when your spending increases at the same rate as your earnings. Imagine you are making $5,000 a month and spending $4,000. You feel tight, so you work for a raise. Now you are making $10,000 a month, but suddenly you have a bigger car payment, a more expensive apartment, and higher grocery bills. Your spending has grown to $9,000. You are still only keeping $1,000, but now your lifestyle is twice as expensive to maintain, making you more vulnerable than before. True building wealth is focused on what you keep, not just what you earn. If you do not control where your money goes, it will find its own way out of your pocket. Lie number 2 claims that debt is a tool, not a trap. We have all heard about good debt versus bad debt. While it is true that leverage can be used to acquire assets, most people drastically underestimate the crushing weight of interest. They treat credit cards and personal loans like an extension of their income rather than a tax on their future. When you carry a balance at an 18 or 24% interest rate, you're not using a tool. You are trapped in a wealth-destroying cycle. A simple calculation shows that paying off a high-interest debt is the equivalent of a guaranteed return on investment. If you have $10,000 in debt at 20%, paying that off is essentially the same as finding an investment that pays you 20% annually with zero risk. You cannot out-earn a bad debt habit. To find real financial freedom, you must prioritize paying off high-interest liabilities and stop using debt to fund a lifestyle you have not earned yet. For most people, debt is just a weight that keeps them anchored to a job they might not even like. Lie number 3 is the idea that investing is too risky for me. This fear stems from the belief that you need to be a math genius or have a massive bank account to start. People often say they do not have enough to invest or that the stock market is too scary, but the reality is that the biggest risk is actually doing nothing. When your money sits in a traditional savings account, it is losing purchasing power every single year due to inflation. Starting small and staying consistent allows compound interest to do the heavy lifting for you. You do not need a windfall to begin. In fact, a shocking statistic shows that the average millionaire started their journey by investing less than $1,000. By using low-risk index funds or micro-investing apps, you can participate in the growth of the global economy without needing to pick individual stocks. The goal is not to get rich overnight, it is to build a foundation that grows while you sleep. Financial freedom is the primary vehicle for your future, and when you let fear dictate your choices, you lose the most valuable asset you have, which is time. If you wait until you have a lot of money to invest, you might find that the most valuable years of compounding have already passed you by. Lie number 4 is believing you can rely on your employer or Social Security for your future. This is a legacy mindset from a time when pensions were common and the cost of living was lower. Today, relying on a single 9-to-5 salary for long-term security is a gamble. Companies change, industries get disrupted, and Social Security systems are facing massive retirement gap charts that suggest future benefits may not cover even basic needs. To protect yourself, you must realize that you are the CEO of your own financial life. This means creating multiple income streams and taking personal responsibility for your investment portfolio. You cannot outsource your future to a government program or a corporate HR department. True security comes from having assets that you own and control, whether it is a side business, rental property, salary or a diversified stock portfolio. Having diverse sources of cash flow is the only way to ensure that a single layoff or economic shift does not wipe you out. Lie number 5 is thinking, I do not need a budget. Many high earners feel that because they have a surplus at the end of the month, they do not need to track their spending. This is a major mistake in money management. Without a clear plan, your money will leak through small, invisible holes like unused subscriptions, frequent dining out, or impulsive online shopping. Even if you make a great salary, you can still be stuck in a plateau because you are not optimizing your resources. A budget is not a cage, it is a roadmap. Using simple frameworks like the 50-30-20 rule, where 50% goes to needs, 30 to wants, and 20 to savings or debt can provide the clarity you need. There are dozens of apps designed to track spending and automate your savings so you do not even have to think about it. Ask yourself right now, do you really know your biggest money leak? When you track your money, you give yourself a raise without actually working more hours. Lie number 6 is the procrastination trap. I will catch up later. We tell ourselves we will start saving or investing next year, or after the next vacation, or once the kids are out of the house. The problem is that the cost of waiting is astronomical. This is known as opportunity cost. Every year you delay is a year of lost compounding that you can never get back. For example, someone who starts investing at 25 needs to contribute significantly less to reach $1 million than someone who starts at 35. Time is the only asset you cannot buy more of, yet it is the one we waste most frequently. You do not need to have everything figured out to start. You just need to start today, even if it is with tiny amounts. Whether it is $10 a week or $50 a month, the habit of consistency is more important than the initial amount. Do not let the illusion of a future windfall keep you from taking action in the present. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment is a myth that keeps you broke. Lie number 7 is believing that I can buy happiness through material things. This is the lifestyle inflation trap. We buy things we do not need with money we do not have to impress people we do not like. While a new car or a bigger house feels good for a week, the thrill quickly fades, leaving you with a higher monthly bill. Prioritize experiences, investments, and wealth-building habits over material items. To recap, we have covered why high income is not wealth, the debt trap, the necessity of investing, the danger of relying on others, the power of budgeting, the cost of delay, and the myth of material happiness. Audit your money habits today. If you learned even one thing that could save you thousands, hit like and subscribe for more ways to grow real wealth and financial freedom. This journey starts with a single decision to stop believing the lies and start taking control of your financial destiny. You have the power to change your situation regardless of your current income level. It is time to stop being broke while making good money. Start today, stay consistent, and watch your future transform.